Welcome back. Your completed code should have looked something like this. The first thing you needed to do was create the main method. As we discussed before, the syntax for that is public void main and then an opening parenthesis and a closing parenthesis. If you don't remember that, go back and watch the previous video. Main starts a block of code, so it does not have a semicolon after it, but it does have an opening curly brace on the next line. It also needs a closing curly brace after all of the code that goes into main. We then need to call the method console_print to write something out to the console. We call a method by just writing its name with an opening parenthesis and a closing parenthesis. Inside the parentheses, we put the text that we want to have written out to the console inside double quotes. Console_print is a single line of code. It does not start a block of code, so it needs a semicolon after it. The string can be anything we want, but it was supposed to say hello and then your name. So the string would be double quote, hello, whatever your name is, and then another double quote. So we called the console_print method, but who calls the main method? As we discussed earlier, when you run a program, the computer looks for a method called main and it starts there. The main method is called automatically when you run the program. Any other method needs to be called by you. And you may have noticed that we had 2 slashes and then some random text. Those are called comments. Comments are lines of text that are ignored by the compiler. They're there only to make the code easier to understand by people or by the developers. It's a good practice to put comments in your code to explain what you're trying to do. Developers will also frequently leave little to-do notes in their code with a / to do. However, if a developer leaves a to-do note that says, write the code, that's probably a little bit vague. Now what if you want to print a number to the console? Before we used console_print to print out text. Numbers do not need double quotes. Console_print can print text or numbers. If you want to print a number, you just write console_print and then put the number inside the parentheses. So now, let's try writing out some numbers to the console. Click Next or open the exercise console_print with numbers. When you're done, come back to this video.